Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're talking about The Chosen, episode 4. It's called The Rock in Which It Was Built. So I really hope you guys are watching this with me because I feel like every single episode touches on a different character and they all have so much depth to them. And I've been just waiting for Jesus to get a hold of Simon, and he sure did. In this episode, it is all about Simon and his journey. Basically, Simon comes clean, and I'm super proud of him. He sat down at the bar, with his friends, and they discussed, he just basically said, you know what, dudes, here's the deal. This is what I'm doing. This is how it affects you. This is how it affects me. I'm in a rock and a hard place. This is how it's going down. And of course, his friends were upset with him. Hello, wouldn't you be? You'll see moving forward in the episode that Simon is one of those people, and I think we're all guilty of this, where we're trying to fix everything ourselves because we've literally lost faith. We've been in so many situations where we feel extremely helpless, and so we've lost faith, like I said in my last episode, faith in humanity. I personally haven't lost faith in God, but sometimes we just feel really alone. We feel really alone. And I feel like Simon feels really alone, and that's where we can all relate to Simon, the character Simon. He's grasping at this, that, everything he can, and many of those things are very unhealthy for him. And he's hurting the people that he loves because he's trying to find other venues for assistance in his life other than God. I really feel like all of us can relate to that. I'm serious. I'm not kidding around here, okay? How many of us feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders, especially nowadays? That is a huge question. And then how do we reach out to God? And then sometimes we don't always get the answer that we want immediately. I think, like I also said in my last episode, we're very impatient. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm extremely impatient. I want an answer now. And God has proven to me that he'll give the answer when he's ready. And what I keep trying to remind myself of this in my daily life is that please be patient. I'm like, Corinne, please just be patient. Like, just wait. Just wait, because it'll all become clear to you. Everything will make sense to you down the road. So just wait. Open up your mind, relax, and wait. But I sit here and I agonize, and I worry, and I try to make decisions for myself, and sometimes I think I know what is the best decision for me, and many times I do not. I don't. And God truly does know what is best for us, because the crazy thing is he knows us better than we know ourselves. And this is what we're learning here with Simon, is that God and Jesus, they know Simon better than Simon knows himself, and they know what's truly in Simon's heart. So maybe someone else might look at Simon and say, traitor! But God doesn't see it that way, and Jesus doesn't see it that way. He's looking at Simon, and he's seeing what's deep down in Simon's core and who Simon truly is. And he's a good person. He cares about his family, and he's trying to fight. He's fighting for his life, Eden's life, and Eden's mom's life even. As you see in this episode, if you're watching, Eden's mom is really ill. So Andrew comes to Simon, and he starts to tell him that, hey, guess what? You're not going to believe this, but there is a silver lining out there, and it is the Lamb of God, and I have discovered him, and he is real. And Simon's like, yeah, no. What? What are you talking about? That's rubbish. Now you have the other dynamic, Matthew. So in our episodes about Mary, I was talking about Simon, and I was saying, oh, I can't wait till Jesus gets a hold of Simon. Well, now I want to say, I can't wait till Jesus gets a hold of Matthew. Matthew is so fun. I really love Matthew. I already love Matthew. I do, because I love quirky people, and Matthew is full-on quirky, and they've even admitted it in these episodes that Matthew is quirky, because even Simon was like, you're a little bit different, aren't you? I love people like Matthew, and I look forward to seeing what is going to happen to my cute little Matthew. I've heard people say that when you seek other venues besides God, it's not going to work. And that you need to believe in God, have faith, sit back, be patient, and watch and see what God is going to have in store for you. And I think Simon is one of those people. Andrew is the one saying that to him, right? And I feel like Simon is the one saying, no, like I need to take matters in my hands right now, because what I am seeing in the physical isn't working for me. So I have to have some control. I mean, how many of us are control freaks? You know, we have to feel like we have control over our life. Sitting back, that makes no sense to us. Like, no, no, I need to take care of this, and that is Simon. So if you're one of those people, I'm hoping that this episode will resonate with you, because I tend to be one of those people too. That's weird. I really relate to Mary, but I also really relate to Simon as well. Simon is trying so hard. Even like the whole metaphor, in my opinion, of taking that net, the fishing net, and throwing the net out and trying to catch fish. I mean, that could be anything in your life. Your job, you're trying to get more clients. You're trying to get people to respect you. Whatever it may be in your life, you're throwing out that fishing net and you're hoping that what comes back is something that will give you nourishment, something that will fulfill you in some way, shape, or form. And Simon, as you see in this episode, is constantly throwing out his fishing net, and he's not getting what he needs back. What is so beautiful is that you start to see that the friends that Simon comes clean with in the very beginning of the episode, he comes clean and he tells them, hey, this is what I'm doing, okay? This is the scenario. I hope you can forgive me, but this is what I need to do. Well, his friends end up forgiving him, and they end up trying to get together, meet up with him while he's in the middle of the night trying to get fish on his own and save his family. They try to help him, and I think that's beautiful. But in the midst of all of that, you know, which is also quite great, they end up running into Jesus. They wake up in the morning and they're like, we have no more fish. We've failed yet again. And they're feeling all broken down and beside themselves. And then they think that they see the Romans. And Simon is like, okay, I will accept my fate. What's going to happen? But then they realize that it's Jesus. For me, I thought it was kind of cute because I looked at Andrew and I looked at Simon, and I felt like Andrew was my husband and I was Simon. Because Andrew is he's positive, and he has not yet been jaded so much by the world that he has given up, whereas Simon has. And he's like, look, there's the Messiah that I've been telling you about. There he is, he's here. This is him. And Simon's like, oh, what? Jesus actually looks at Andrew like, you know, you can help Simon, okay? I know you know, and you can help him, but let me try. Jesus encourages him, Simon, to throw the net back in, and Simon's like, This is the best part, my favorite part in the entire episode. And Simon looks at him very skeptical, him being Jesus, and he's like, And Jesus very kindly goes, right back. And Simon throws the net back in, and lo and behold, it fills the fish. It fills the entire boat. The entire boat. There's so much fish that the human beings can't even stand in the boat anymore because there's so many fish. And what's kind of neat is that Matthew has been watching. He's been spying, like I said in my prior episode. He's been spying on Simon for the Romans. And he himself is very curious. So moving forward, now I'm going to say, I can't wait till Jesus gets a hold of Matthew. And isn't that going to be beautiful? Basically, what I want to say in finishing up here is that, number one, you need to watch The Chosen. And do you relate to any of these characters? I have my beautiful friend, Michelle. Michelle, I want to give you a shout out. You are such a beautiful soul. You really, really are. And this is kind of what I'm hoping for, is to gather some people together. If we can just talk about how we feel about our life and how we want to better, whoa, that was one of my cats, how we want to better humanity, I think that's a good thing. I really do. Hold on one second. How we want to make a difference and how we want to better our lives and the people that are in it, I think that's huge. I think that's absolutely huge. So many of us are different. Like, we're very different. If you look at Mary, then you look at Simon, and then you look at Matthew. Let's just look at those three people. Each one of them are very different and have very different issues. But one of the things that they all have that is similar is that they might be judged by others. And Jesus sees something special in them. He sees what's truly in their heart. So much so that I don't even think they saw who they truly were. They don't even know who they truly are. They don't even see the beauty that is inside their soul. Do we see the beauty that's inside our own soul? Do we have any idea the impact that we can make on others? And I did say something like this in my last episode, like we need to be very careful about what we say to other people in regards to God and Jesus, if that's something that you do. I have had people say terrible things to me. In fact, in a way where they would push me away from God. And so one of the things they said in this episode is the chosen. Which one are the chosen ones? And Jesus has clearly chosen Simon. He's clearly chosen Mary, and I feel very confident he will choose Matthew and he will choose Nicodemus. This is my little friend Simba. He just got fixed yesterday and he's having a hard time. He's moving down from his medication right now. Anyway, Simon bowed down to Jesus immediately and said, "Please forgive me." The minute that he knew that it was him, the minute that he was willing to let down his guard and realize that, you know what, he is the Messiah. There's nothing wrong with like giving up your pride, letting your ego float up into the universe somewhere and just let go. Like, what does that make you? A less person? Or does that make you a better person? I would rather be making a difference in other people's lives than making other people's lives difficult and hard. And that's kind of the message that I get from that. And I hope that Jesus will choose me as well. How do we know if we're the chosen? And how can we be the chosen ones? Obviously, we're not going to physically see Jesus, although that would be really amazing. I just want to challenge you guys today to be careful about how you approach others. If you feel a judgment about them, maybe you don't really know what's going on in their personal life. You don't know what their struggles are from day to day. You don't know what they go through, and a little bit of compassion can go a long way. So with that being said, my little baby Simba and I want to say sayonara, we love you. Keep that in the back of your mind for the rest of the week. And I'll see you next week with episode 5. I'll try to post it by Tuesday or Wednesday. And God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe. I've got tons of great videos for you. I mean, I range from everything from cooking, from challenges, from travel adventures, and all the way to animals. So God bless y'all. Whoop! Hope you watch some of my videos. And if not, let's stay tuned with The Chosen, and I'll talk to you guys soon.